hmm 9:21 on Sunday. Yeah. hmm I just want you to understand that I'd like to have custody of my sons. Yes. hmm Now, the court shall accept an application in person by mail and where authorized by local court rule. Yeah. Not inconsistent with GR 30, the electronic filing. Yeah. Mhm. The process for presentation of the application shall conform to local court rules. And clerk processes not inconsistent with the rules of this court for presenting ex parte orders to the court directly or via the clerk. Yeah. All applications shall be presented to a judicial officer for consideration in a timely manner in conformity with local court rules established procedures. There shall be no locally imposed fee for making an application. The applicant or applicant's attorney filing by mail shall provide the court with self-addressed stamped envelope for timely return of a conformed copy of the order. Yes. Now there's a comment here. Okay, there's probably something important. This rule establishes the process by which judicial officers may waive civil filing fees and surcharges for which judicial officers have the authority to grant a waiver. This rule applies to mandatory fees and surcharges that have been lawfully established, the payment of which is a condition precedent to a litigant's ability to secure access to judicial relief. These include, but are not limited to, legislatively established filing fees and surcharges, other initial filing fees required by statute. Example being the family court facilitator surcharges established pursuant to RCW 2612.240. Family court services established pursuant to RCW 26.12.260. Domestic violence prevention surcharges established pursuant to RCW 36.18.0162B. And other lawfully established fees and surcharges which must be paid as a condition of securing access to judicial relief. Yeah. Now, an individual who is not represented by a qualified legal service provider, as that term is defined below, or any attorney working in conjunction with a qualified legal service provider, shall be determined to be indigent within the meaning of this rule if such person on the basis of the information presented, establishes that he or she is currently receiving assistance under a needs-based, means-tested assistance program, such as the following: TAMP, food stamps. Yes. Now, it's very difficult as an indigent while living in a hotel on Guam. Yes. When in jail. Yes. Yes. On food stamps, because my wife took the food stamp card when she kidnapped my sons. Oh, yeah, I had to go back to the TAMP relief there, the welfare on Guam, and she took the card with her. Yes. First thing she did is she went to the Walmart and spent all the money in the bank account so that I had overdraft charges. Oh, oh. I get out of jail and find out that I'm overdrawn because as soon as I got out of jail, I went to get $500. Yes. hmm But I was on welfare at the time of getting out of jail on Guam. And when I don't get any notice of court hearings in Clallam County, it makes it difficult for me as an indigent, yes, to apply for a qualified, attorney to represent me when you issue the first protection order. Now I'm suing you for this. Ouch! See, when you don't protect the right of due process to the individual known as the respondent, litigant, yes, and then you just go ahead and you issue it without jurisdiction of law. Obviously, serving me on Guam didn't help me secure an attorney in the state of Washington to represent me before you issue. Now, let's say I'm here, yes, and you have me arrested at the same time as serving me a dissolution of marriage. Yes. And I responded and I paid the $65 to have the petitioner served. Yes, you did. hmm And then she has me arrested. Right. I'm going through a jury trial. Oh, And no one mentions to me that I am legally eligible for an attorney. Yes, to represent me during the dissolution of marriage. Mhm. And the protection order that you reissued by minute order. Oh, oh. Now, I didn't appear in court at the minute order hearing when you reissued it because I was on trial for the accusation of violating it. Now, it seems that Brent Baston has intentionally obstructed my right to be notified, as in informed from the court. Yes. hmm hmm Paul, you're staying at the Serenity House homeless shelter. Yes. You're not on food stamps? No. But when you live in a homeless shelter, it does qualify you for any indigent status. See, let's look here for just, state provided general assistance for unemployable individuals. Federal supplemental security income, federal poverty related veterans benefits. Now, his or food stamp program FSP, his or her household income is or at below 125% of the federal poverty guideline. Yes. Or his household income is above 125% of the federal poverty guideline, and the application has reoccurring basic living expenses that render him without the financial ability to pay the filing fees and other fees or surcharges for which a request of a waiver is made. Now, other compelling circumstances exist that demonstrate an applicant's inability to pay fees and/or surcharges. Yes, I would say the first day that I stayed at the homeless shelter. Yes, made me eligible for an attorney. Yeah, to represent me from the first time that I moved back from my grandmother's house. Ooch, ooch. Stayed at a friend's, got kicked out, and stayed in the homeless shelter in 2013. Now, when you really